Hello everyone. It's very strange not to be at school with you at the moment, but I'm sure you are all keeping well and hopefully keeping busy too. I've chosen a funny story to read to you today. It's called The Bogeymen and the Trolls Next Door by Kate Umansky. I think you can see there the troll and the bogeyman. It's a funny story and it rhymes too. Here we go. Hello, I'm Fred the Bogeyman. I live beside the bog with my bogey wife and kiddies and my faithful bogey dog. Now this is Mrs. Bogey in her baggy bogey frock and her big black bogey bother boots posing by a log. When it comes to breaking rocks up, Mrs. Bogey is the gov. Her name is really Beryl, but I always call her Love. There she is. Looking very strong. Here are our bogey children, Daphne, Bert and little Dougie, and here is baby Bogey in his bogey baby buggy. There they are. And this is Snot, our bogey dog. We've taught him how to beg. He eats a lot of bogey bones and sometimes bites your leg. We're a happy little family. We lead a quiet life, just minding our own business and avoiding stress and strife. Yes, I'd say we were contented, or at least we were before that very fateful evening when the trolls moved in next door. We were sitting down to supper with our bowls of bogey stew, which is gooey, rather gluey, and very difficult to chew. When a knock came on our cavern door, I said, "Who can that be?" And a voice like grating gravel, very boomily, said, "Me." I opened up the door a crack. The trolls stood just outside. They were rocky, they were cocky, they were weighty, they were wide. "Hello, we're your new neighbours," boomed the biggest one. "I'm Dave. We've come to introduce ourselves. We're in the next door cave. This here's my good wife Dolly. This is Colin, Mole and Polly. And here's our trollish baby in her teeny trollish trolley." There they are. And last not least, meet Tiddles, our charming trollish cat. I wonder, could we step inside and have a friendly chat? I simply stood and stared at them. I did not say how do. I did not say do come on in and have some bogey stew. I glared. I bared my teeth at them. I don't like trolls one bit, and wanted to be really sure they were aware of it. "I'm sorry," I said coldly, with my baddest bogey sneer. "Us bogies do not like you trolls. We don't want trolls round here. You trolls make rotten neighbours. You hold a lot of raves. You do not bin your rubbish. You never paint your caves. You don't control your children. You like to scream and fight. You play loud trollish music very late into the night." "Well, that is what I've heard, and I'm quite sure that it's true." And I firmly shut the door on them and went back to my stew. Well, that was the beginning. From then on, things went downhill. Between us and our neighbours fell an atmosphere of chill. And as the weeks and months went by, things slowly got more tense. The children pulled rude faces across the garden fence. The cat and dog were enemies. They did a lot of spitting. The wives were coldly critical about each other's knitting. And me and Dave would shake our fists if ever we should meet when we'd been to shop for groceries accidentally in the street. The trolls held noisy parties and us bogies would complain. But they'd laugh right in our faces, then they'd do it all again. They invited their relations for a sing-song every week and bellowed anti-bogey songs, which was an awful cheek. Their children broke our windows with their heavy trollish balls, and at night they took their hammers out and hammered on our walls. Us bogies got our own back. We would sneak out at dawn and dump our bogey rubbish on their tidy trollish lawn. We muddled up their washing and we trampled on their flowers, then acted most indignant when they came and trampled ours. We pinched their pints of lava. We stole them from the crate. We wrote anti-troll graffiti on their nice new and garden gate. We smothered all their doorknobs with bogey super glue. We had to scare them off, you see, for that's what bogies do. We were sitting down to breakfast, eating bogey toast and jam, and our darling baby Bogey was out dozing in his pram. We often leave him out there in the garden where it's sunny, blowing bogey baby bubbles and burbling to his bunny. "I'll go and check the baby," Mrs. Bogey firmly said. "I think he might be sleeping. I'll just pop him in his bed." And she strode out into the garden. And then we heard a frightened shout, "Help! Come everybody, come quickly! Baby Bogey has got out!" It was true. His pram was empty. What a very nasty shock. And over by the open gate, which we forgot to lock, we saw little baby footprints, which we stared at all agog, for they led in the direction of the dreaded Bogey Bog. The Bogey Bog, the Bogey Bog, a place of mud and murk, all bristling with danger signs and snakes and things that lurk. A stagnant stench of quagmire, very desolate and grim. No place for baby bogies, bogey babies, who have not been taught to swim. Just then we heard a startled scream, and to our great surprise, the trolls next door came running out with wildly rolling eyes. "Have you bogies seen our baby?" came the chilling trollish cry. "Our baby has gone missing." "Ours has too," was our reply. "They must have gone together," Dave the troll then grimly said. "We had better go and find them. Will you come and help me, Fred?" What a frenzy, what a panic! We were well and truly worried, and down towards the dreaded bog us trolls and bogies hurried. And we quite forgot to argue, and we didn't fight or brawl. This was a time of crisis. All for one and one for all. At last we reached the Bogey Bog, our dreaded destination. We were worn out to a frazzle and quite drenched with perspiration. And there we spied our babies, with mud up to their eyes, paddling in a puddle, busy making muddy pies. We simply stood and looked at them, so happy in their game. Then we looked at one another and hung our heads in shame. The time had come to call a truce and try to make amends. From that moment onwards, we became the best of friends. Now the children play together, and they have a lot of fun. The wives sit drinking coffee in the garden in the sun. Dave lends me his mower, I lend Dave my axe, and when we meet out shopping, well, we clap each other's backs. The trolls still hold their parties, and they like to sing at night, but us trolls get invited too, so that is quite all right. The fence between our gardens fell down the other day, but we haven't put it up again. We like the fence that way. Everything is peaceful now. No more need for war. Life is so much better since the trolls moved in next door. And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. And perhaps you could draw some pictures to retell the story. I hope to see you all very soon. Bye-bye.